Well, welcome back, everyone. You know, if you're looking for a movie to watch at home, there's a new Netflix movie called Emilia, Pérez. And here to talk about that is not really Bart and Jen, but Jennifer Mills from Bart and Jen. So welcome, Jen.
Good morning, Chris.
All right, good to have you on board. Or good to have you on. So this movie is kind of like from what I understand, like a musical, a thriller, a drama. I watched the preview for it. I really wasn't sure what was going on, so hopefully you can explain.
Right. So when I read the premise of this movie, it sounded really intriguing, right? So the premise is that a Mexican lawyer gets hired by a notorious cartel boss to help him transition from male to female and then fake his own death, disappear, and start a new life somewhere else. And it's a musical. So, I mean, that sounds pretty intriguing, right? Very, very unusual premise. And I thought this sounds like it ought to be a lot of fun. And, last Sunday was the Golden Globes, and this movie was up for 10 nominations. So I thought this has got to be pretty great. So I thought I'd review that.
Yeah, the nominations itself was pretty outstanding. It got so many, and it has Selena Gomez, correct, in the movie?
Yes, Selena Gomez plays the cartel boss's wife.
Okay.
And then Zoe Saldana plays the lawyer that represents him and sets all this up.
Okay, yeah. So when I was watching the movie preview, it looked like it was going to be, very dramatic, like, action-packed, as you described. It just, I don't know. I have to sit down and actually really watch it because, like you said, the premise of it is kind of weird with the whole storyline, but also based into a musical setting.
Right. So one of the problems that I had with this movie was I think I would have enjoyed it more if it was just a straight drama, because you're watching, you're following along, and then all of a sudden there's a crazy, really fast song in there. And, with a musical, a lot of the plot is being relayed through song, right? But these songs were either rap or they were spoken word and very, very fast. And so sometimes it was very difficult for me to follow along with what was even going on in the story. A lot of reviewers said that they got whiplash watching this movie, and I totally agree.
Right. So this movie is rated R. I'm guessing there might be some violence. Tell me what the rated R might be for.
Yeah, it's violence.
Violence, okay. And it's also 2 hours and 10 minutes, so a little bit long,
and let me tell you, I felt every minute of that 2 hours and 10 minutes. We got about an hour in, and I looked at Bart and I said, how much longer do we have? We had another hour to go. I mean, it felt very, very long.
Wow, that's okay. Well, now we're going to go to my favorite website, which is Rotten Tomatoes. So this is okay. So we know it was up for many awards. Lots of good acclaim within the movie. 76% audience approval rating, which is kind of high, but not outstanding. So, what do you think? I already think that you're.
Well, my math is not the best, but I am. You said 76%, so I'm in I'm in that 20 to 30 percentile that just didn't care for this movie. It was actually adapted from an opera by a French director, and the screenplay was done by 3 other French folks. A lot was lost in translation, I feel like. They would kind of hit on different subjects, but never really follow through on any of those. Like, the struggles of being trans, gender violence in Mexico, government corruption. They touched on all these things, but never really honed in on anything.
Right. So I have a feeling I know what you're going to give this one. So let's go for the big reveal. A thumbs up, a thumbs down. Should I just keep it there?
Yes, just keep it there.
That's what I figured, Jen.
It was just not for me. I'm really, really shocked that this was up for 10 awards. I'm just, part of me wonders whether or not the Globe was just trying to recognize something that was so unusual and so different and kind of throw something out there to the trans community. But it really just It really was not a good film.
All right, so 2 thumbs down for Emilia Pérez. Well, Jen, I thank you for coming out today. Now we know that if we see it pop up on our Netflix screens, we'll just skip that one and go on to something else.
Just skip that one and move on to something else.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, don't go away because we have more when we return.